Was that an echo?
There was a little bit of an echo there, but I'm not hearing it now.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just on me.
No,
No.
seems to be good now.
I don't know. How about I'll start introducing the show, and then when I get to the theme, you guys you want to take it over or something?
Sure.
Or no, you guys just take it. Cool. Yeah. Cool. Great.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome to Game That Tune.
We're coming in live, 9:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we've got all sorts of wacky stuff at Game That Tune for you. That's right, we've got a wacky all Sega episode coming for you because John Regan, who's about to say hey, was the champion last week. Say hey.
Hey, also it's Eastern Daylight Time, not Eastern Savings Time or Standard Time.
Correct.
I said Standard Time.
Yeah, it's not. It's Daylight Time.
What is it? Standard? Standard?
No, Daylight.
But it's EST.
EEDT.
I'm sorry, didn't I win last week and pick the theme?
Fuck what time it is. They give a fuck that you didn't win the show. This episode is not John's doing.
That's right.
That's a good start, guys.
I was trying to distract from the truth.
See, that's what happens. Blast processing just fucked everything all up.
So, yeah, okay. You want to do it again?
David is the actual winner. Say hey.
Hello.
And we got John. Say hey. He looks furious. This is wonderful.
I'm good, man.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
I turned over the hosting reins to you for a reason. Hey, guys, what's going on?
So yeah, we got some. David, why did you pick Sega?
I kind of wanted to play one game in particular, and it happens to be made by Sega, so it seemed like a good way to do it.
So selfishness, wonderful.
Yeah,
all right,
basically.
Johnny, do you have anything to say about Sega before we kick this off?
Fucking, I love it. End of
Okay.
Yep, end of bit.
Let's get into it.
Game 1.
All right. So, you know that moment that everybody has playing Game That Tune where they realize they forgot to look up trivia? That's where I'm at. So this is a really fascinating game. The main character of this game can attack by shooting magic from his hands, and he can use a scarf as a grappling item to grab onto hooks and reach higher platforms. I can give you a bonus piece of trivia that was just brought up in the chat if you want.
Sure.
So the name of the developer of this game is also in the title of this game.
Hmm.
If that's helping you.
It does.
I think you're past the point of being able to Google effectively. So, as you're holding up your answers,
I don't
this
think
is.
you know how good I am at Googling.
Let's see, man. Let's see. David says Castle of Illusion, which is incorrect. Jesse says Strider 2, incorrect, though I love Strider's scarf. And John Regan says Michael Jackson's Batman, which is maybe the closest, just based on the.
Not that close. Not that close.
Yeah, no, not in any way close. This is McDonald's Treasureland Adventure.
Whoa.
Sega Genesis. Starring Ronald McDonald, famous scarf wearer. Am I right?
Also famous
That's
video
definitely
game
not
developer.
the first thing I think of.
No, not at all. Has anybody played this McDonald's game? This very strange Sega game starring Ronald McDonald.
I was unaware there was a McDonald's game outside of MC Kids.
Yeah.
Well, what about the one where you clean up the environment? Globe something.
Yeah.
I was not aware of that one.
it's the MC Kids sequel. You're playing as it's like MC Kids X. You know, it's a 16-bit MC Kids where you're cleaning up the environment.
They made an MC Kids sequel?
Fuck yeah, they did. Global Gladiators.
Man, I was
There you
hoping
go.
MC Kids X, like, you're making me think of that game Revolution X. Like, it's the
Also
shooter.
good.
Yeah. Shooter with McDonald's.
Wait, is that the Aerosmith game?
Yes,
Yes.
that's
It'd be
Aerosmith
awesome
game.
if
And
it
you
was
shoot
like-
CDs at people.
Yeah, you
If
should-
MC Kids X was just like a first-person rail shooter where you shoot fries at people.
I was going to
Yes.
say cheeseburgers. Because they're
Any
round,
of that
much like
would be-
CDs.
That'd be a better McDonald's tie-in than this game. This game, there's very little McDonald's about this game. Because I don't know. I was looking around trying to find out, like, was this like originally some other game that they decided to make a Ronald McDonald game out of? Like, and I couldn't find anything like that. It seems like this is just somebody's, vision for a Ronald McDonald game, and it's fucking bizarre. Like, it's Ronald McDonald wandering around like a magical land, and he finds a piece of paper, and oh look, it's a treasure map, and so he just thinks, oh, I'm gonna go find the rest of this treasure map. I wonder where I can find it. And so wherever he wanders, he ends up having to fight somebody and get pieces of a treasure map. And it feels weird being Ronald McDonald and like fighting things. Like, I don't know, man. He's just kind of he's a clown mascot that raises awareness for hamburgers. He's not really somebody who should be fighting anything. Like, even in an indirect, non-violent McDonald's kind of way of shooting magic beams out of his hands. Like, it's very odd. Like, I can't imagine any other corporate mascot having a game like this. I'm trying to think of another corporate mascot that would be a better like replacement than this. I mean, like maybe Mr. Clean. Like, his whole thing's being kind of buff.
What about Captain Crunch?
Dude, a Captain Crunch game would be fucking great. There is
he's
a pirate,
already a captain.
pirate level in this game too. Like, I guess cereal mascots would be pretty good. Like that fucking Sugar Bear, or like
No, I just realized that the Lucky Charms leprechaun. There's your magic shooting platformer hero.
yeah, there you go. Fucking, and you could be collecting his Lucky Charms, which would make more sense than what's going on in this game. You're wandering around a magical forest, and first level's a magical forest. Everything's called magical something. So it's magical forest, magical city, which is a train level, magical sea, which is a water level, and then you end up on a ship, and magical moon, which is just about the fucking weirdest approximation of the moon ever. Like the moon covered in fucking forests and asteroids, and I don't even know, man. It's a magical moon. So
Is there a magical red light district?
that would be interesting, and I think Ronald would be a patron of it. He, he's an interesting guy.
Also,
Wait, hold on. I'm
McDonald's
sorry.
characters there, like Mayor McCheese and the Fry Guys and Grimace and stuff.
The Fry Guys do eventually turn up, and you do run into one McDonald's character per level. In the first level, it's like you're inside a cave or whatever, and then for some reason there's a hidden bunker, and you go inside of it, and the hamburger's hanging out watching TV. And he's just like, hey, what's up, Ronald? I'll give you a hint if you give me some of your jewels. And so you give him some jewels.
Whoa.
He gives you a hint. Yeah. Okay, so no, that's all. I'm getting way too far ahead. You're collecting flowers and bags of money and jewels in this game. And and then I can't remember what any of them do. They eventually they make your beams larger or more powerful. And then like the jewels, when you're fighting bosses, the bosses try to eat your jewels, and that's the only time the bosses are vulnerable. Like the bosses like shoot a beam at you and try to like suck one of your jewels out. And then like while they're chewing it up, you can fucking hit them. Like it's really weird and a bizarre mechanic, and it's just made all the more weird by it being Ronald McDonald. Like he should be collecting Happy Meals and like ketchup and I don't even know what, like something more
Those old
generic.
McDonald's cookies that came in the Happy Meals that looked like Birdie and stuff.
Should be collecting a Transformers and a Barbie.
Yes.
Like something happy, more Happy Meal. Anything more McDonald's than this. It's Very, very odd. David, you look like you're dying to say something.
I would really like to go back to the prospect of a red light district level because I would like to understand how Ronald McDonald doesn't seem like the type of person who could be in a fight, but does seem like the type of person that would frequent a prostitute.
He's down to clown.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, yeah, he's a fucking clown. Like, you don't know what he's about. He's a fucking, he's an enigma wrapped in a one-piece outfit. Like,
it's like, yeah, it's this game with Ronald McDonald. He shouldn't be fighting anybody. What if there's a red light district? Oh, Ronald is all about that shit.
Yeah,
what?
He'll fight for his money back. Yeah, it's bizarre, man. It's really something. It's fun though. That's the thing. It's developed by Treasure, who have developed other good Sega games that I'm blanking on right now, like Gunstar Heroes and something else. And
what the hell was it named? Was it Guardian Heroes? The beat 'em up on Sega Saturn.
Yeah. Sure.
And Alien Soldier.
Don't.
Soldier. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's got a good like game pedigree, and the game's actually fun. It's just very odd that it's McDonald's. Like it feels weird playing as fucking Ronald McDonald doing anything. He's got, it's not as funny as I remembered it being. Like I played a little bit before the show. I remembered him having almost like a Treasure Master level stupid walking animation. And he doesn't have that, but he definitely walks with his legs fully spread. And then whenever he jumps, his legs spread even further. And then when there's an animation, he jumps and his legs spread. And then when he's falling, his legs spread like to an unnatural, almost like, back in like all the way out thing. So there's a lot of splits in this game. And I don't know that Ronald McDonald's a split kind of guy. Like almost makes it seem like it should have been a Jean-Claude Van Damme game where Jean-Claude Van Damme gets transported in some kind of terrifying cartoon world. But then they couldn't.
I would play the hell out of.
Couldn't get the rights to Van Damme, so they replaced him with Ronald McDonald, the only logical replacement. But yeah, it's it's really something. But yeah, so you run into the Hamburglar, and he's in a secret bunker just watching TV and doing nothing. You run into Birdie. She's been kidnapped by circus folk because the second level, Magical City, you're on a train and it's full of circus animals. And then you have to rescue Birdie from them. And then Grimace, you find him on the ship in the water level, and he's like drowning in like ankle deep water. He's like, "Duh, Ronald, give me some jewels." I mean it literally because his dialogue box says, "Duh, Ronald, I'm so tired. I'm drowning here. I need some jewels." Like jewels can break Birdie out of a cage. They can stop Grimace from being an idiot. And they get the Hamburglar to fucking snitch on people. It's powerful. Like, Hamburglar tells you how to kill the boss. It's like you gotta let him suck one of your jewels out. Robble. Whoa. That fucking Hamburglar.
It sounds to me like
and then
he's already dead.
Then you blast off to the moon. Your ship crashes. I'm just spoiling the whole game here, by the way. You go to the moon, you get to the final fucking boss, and you defeat him, and he's like, "Fine, you beat me. You can have my treasure." And Ronald goes, "Nah, man, I don't want your treasure. We just need to figure out a way to get home. We crashed our ship." And he's like, "Oh, cool. I can get you home." And he opens up the treasure chest, and it's like the Bifrost. It's like a rainbow fucking bridge back to whatever planet Ronald McDonald's from, and everybody just goes back home, and it's like the end. I'm like,
is the boss the Burger King or like Dave Thomas or something like that?
He's like a weird non sequitur moon monster. The bosses in this game are bizarre. The first level, the first level it seems like you're going to get into a McDonald's kind of thing because you're fighting a giant tomato, and it's like, okay, here it comes. I'm finally in the restaurant business. I got the tomato. No. After that, like in the city level, you're fighting like a spaceship. In the water level, I can't even remember what you're fighting. Oh, wait, no. Actually, the water level's got the creepiest boss ever. He's a pirate captain, and his head is just a set of lips. Like, It's gross. Yes.
That's unsettling.
It is really unsettling because eventually you knock his head off and you see the little eyes that are hidden behind the lips. The game's disturbing, you guys. I'm trying to tell you. Like, it's fucking bizarre. And then you go to the moon and you fight this nonsense moon monster.
Is it
and then
that moon dude that played the piano and stuff in the old commercials?
Oh, Maxonite?
Yeah, Max Knight.
I cannot say with certainty that it isn't, but it doesn't seem like it is. Like,
Did he have sunglasses?
no, he's more like a
Okay.
fucking like a lizard creature. So
Okay, that's way different.
yeah. So it's really fucking something. It's a fun game, short, fairly easy, though apparently you can crank up the difficulty. And yeah, it's developed by Treasure, so it's got that obnoxious Sega soundtrack that's just so fun and dated. You know, like it's I just keep saying it's really something. You know, you guys should. I honestly recommend playing it. You can beat it in like 30 minutes, and it's pretty fucking fun. Like, and you know, the beauty is it's a fun game, and it makes me even less interested in going and getting like some McDonald's afterward. It's not like they're throwing fries at you or like, oh, collect all the quarter pounders, Ronald. Like, nah, it's just it's a clown game. And he's a clown. It's, you know, the fact that it's a McDonald's thing is largely irrelevant. So you can play it and then continue on not eating McDonald's like most adults do, and you're good to go. So, yeah,
Love me a Big Mac.
you know, I still do every now and then too. But you know, this game did nothing to advert. That's the weirdest thing about this. This game really does nothing to push McDonald's on you. I think when you beat a boss, or like maybe it's just your idle standing animation, Ronald goes like whoop and makes an M with his hands. And other than that, it ain't a McDonald's game. Like, it's really fucking weird, and everybody should play it. And I think I've talked way too long about it. So,
Sounds like you're loving it.
game
Game
2.
2.
All right. So, fun little fact about this game. Sega released a free DLC for this game, a Sonic t-shirt. All right.
Well.
Got my finger on the hat trick button. We've got Sonic Forces, and Sonic Odyssey. Same thing. This is Sonic Forces.
It sure is,
Game
John.
3.
It sure is.
Tell us all your favorite things about it.
Exactly. Go nuts.
So this was a fan request, although I forgot who placed it. Was it Dire Crow that placed it? Dire Hunchcrow on Twitter? So
Oh,
I feel like a lot of people were
No,
placed.
I think this was Equidem.
yeah. It was.
Okay. Yeah, Equidem87 on Twitter. At least I think that's his username. I always just call him Equidem. But yeah, this is Sonic Forces, the first game that lets you bring your Sonic OC to life. Which to me is the major selling feature, I think. Because honestly, most modern Sonic games, I don't care for them. But if I can take my original characters and play as them, that definitely speaks to, fourth grade John, who was coming up with his own Sonic the Hedgehog characters way back when. Like, this touches a part of me, like, way deep down that,
Give us your top 10 original characters there, John.
one was a rhino, who could break through boulders, much like Knuckles breaks through walls, but this is before Knuckles existed, so he was pretty original.
Ugh.
That's it. That's the only character I came up with way back when.
Awesome.
Yeah, so have you guys... this has been a frequent request on our 24/7 video stream on youtube.com/GameThatTune. We've had
Nice plug.
a couple people, or maybe just one very persistent person who really wants us to have this. So we've now had it on the show, so now it could be on the stream. And
We're doing this for
Yeah.
one YouTube kid to shut up.
Well, it's better than blocking them like the 1,000-year door.
That kid deserved to be blocked, man. I don't know how many times I have to tell you that you can't punch in an abbreviation and have it work, and we don't even have the game in the stream. Like, you're too fucking stupid to wrap your head around that. You're out. So, whatever.
Real talk.
You want to just make this a segment to talk about like annoying people on the GTT radio stream? Because I got one from today that I was just like, foaming at the mouth about.
Sure.
Well, before we move on to that, I was kind of hoping this game would be good, and I was sad that it wasn't.
Yeah.
Because the classic Sonic, modern Sonic team up, that worked really well in Sonic Generations, and the make your own character who has a grapple hook and kind of explores more. Okay, it's a whole different playstyle. I actually could see this working, and then it didn't. and it kind of made me sad.
Reports came in that the game didn't work, and
Well,
here
because everything that I saw about from reviewers was like the modern Sonic, you can literally just hold run and beat every stage. You don't have to do anything. You can just boost every way. And I do remember them releasing a demo, and the demo was timed, and you got like 1 minute to play, and then the demo would end. You could like play the demo multiple times, but you got to play 1 minute of this game.
And let me guess, you could beat the entire game in 1 minute?
No, a lot of times you couldn't beat a single stage. You'd get like 3/4 of the way through a stage, and then it would just fade to black and say thank you for playing.
You know, though, I wish that they would release demos where you only get to play for 1 minute once.
Exactly. Here's just a little taste. Like, if you get to play it for 2 minutes, you're going to realize this game sucks. Oh no, we overexposed everybody.
I feel like self-destructing demos are the way of the future. You play it once, it deletes itself, you're done.
Yeah. The little guy gives you a demo in the bathroom trash can, and then you play the demo for a minute, you crumble it up, and you throw it away, and then it blows them up in a comedic manner. So Chief Quimby needs to handle the demos. That's right. I just put Inspector Gadget into this. I am doing everything I can to non sequitur away from Sonic Forces. I was ironically asking John to choose it for this for every episode since it's been released. This game looks like dog shit. I really.
Hey, do we have the hot take button?
I don't like making Game That Tune a negative show. That's why I'm saying it with these inflections. Like, it's not for me. It looks like shit. So, yeah, man. Sonic.
It's for somebody out there.
Yeah.
Maybe?
Exactly. Props to you if this game is for you. If this scratches your itch, or if you've just, this is exactly what you've been looking for. Really, really happy for you. For the rest of us that were just waiting for a decent Sonic game, really fucking happy about Sonic Mania. Because, it's almost like releasing those in the same year just brought everything about this, like every bad thing about this, into like sharp contrast with a fantastic fucking Sonic game. Like,
not even in the same year. I think they were released like a month apart.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
A month or two. And I also love that this was like the return to form for 3D Sonic. And it's released right next to Super Mario Odyssey. So like, Switch people, nah, we're not doing that. No, we're good. We got we've got the like 3D platforming thing covered with this good, competent game. More than competent, exceedingly good. Sonic Forces, nah. Yeah. John, you got to have at least like 10, 15, 20 more minutes of hot takes relating to this, don't you?
No.
Who are your favorite Sonic side characters?
Yeah.
Oh man, probably Big the Cat. There's a ROM hack.
Legit. Come on.
No, so actually, there's a ROM hack that's really fun of Sonic 1 called Big's Fishing Derby, and it's a totally different game. I don't know how the hell it's still considered Sonic 1 at all, but you're Big the Cat fishing, and it's actually way more fun than the fishing games on the Sega Dreamcast and Sonic Adventure. But no, as far as a favorite side character goes, I mean, I've always really liked Knuckles a lot. Knuckles is really cool. He wears those way different shoes. What's that?
Is he really a side character? He's in the title of one of the games.
Yeah. I guess I don't like.
He's a co-star.
I guess I don't like any of the side characters. Then, to be totally honest, like,
have you guys seen that Sonic Boom cartoon? It is.
I haven't watched it, but I've heard it's actually really funny.
Like, yeah, Robotnik is freaking hilarious. Like, Robotnik is hilarious. The one I think the biggest complaint I have, which is weird because it's a Sonic Boom cartoon, but is they made Knuckles like an idiot. Like, not just like he's like just an idiot, but he says like stupid stuff all the time. Like, oh, which one of my ears do I put the toothbrush? And it's like just really dumb things like that. And you're like, this is Knuckles. What have you done to him? And But everything else is kind of okay, and Robotnik is funny. It's
Yeah, don't you know, Jesse, the things that people that are big and strong are dumb. You know, haven't you ever seen like a cartoon before? You can't have a strong character who, doesn't just like derp his way through life. Come on,
I
that would
guess.
make him too cool. Can't be strong and coherent.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
feel like he's too dumb. Like he could be like goofy, like he could be like Putty from Seinfeld. That would be awesome. But
That would be-
like this character that he is like, oh, I hate him. Like,
What about like Belmont from Captain N Dumb?
ooh,
I don't know that he was dumb. He was more just vain.
I hated
Yeah,
Belmont.
I think just a dumb idea for that character. Like, let's make Belmont a pilot and vain. Like, well, that's dumb. Like, why would that be Belmont? Forget it. So yeah,
Game
you
three.
can Inception. Jesus. Yeah, I don't want to shit on Sonic Forces too much. I'm sure somebody enjoys it. John, you had to get the fan request together. Was the soundtrack good?
Yeah, soundtrack's actually pretty good. I was
Yeah, that's
enjoying
good.
it. So pretty good music. There's a lot of it. I think the file I downloaded was like 4 gigs of FLAC or something crazy like that.
Okay. And are we talking good, or are we talking like Sonic R good?
Good. This is not Sonic R. This is
Not a
pretty listenable.
90s appreciate good.
Yeah, well, Sonic R you hated at the time, but now you love it for some reason. This is actually just kind of good from the get-go.
Yeah.
So, yeah, okay. I'll take good-ish. Cool. Well, yeah, get it loaded in the radio stream. We'll find that Sonic shitlord that wouldn't stop requesting it, and they'll fucking finally subscribe to the channel. I mean, Jesus Christ, that's all we're doing. We're going individual. Like, if you've shown up to the YouTube stream and tried to request something, we've got you in like 2 or 3 months. We'll get you, and then you'll subscribe. It's gonna be great, man. We're chasing that monetization.
I want to go back through this episode and pull the clip of John saying, I don't want to make Game That Tune a negative show, and have that on the soundboard every time he says, like, yeah, for that shitty asshole, I don't want to make this a negative show.
What? I didn't say Sonic shitlord with any negative connotations to it.
Yeah.
Nope.
The guy just shows up and keeps asking for Sonic Forces. It's not there. The robot encourages him to peruse the catalog, look and see if Sonic Forces is in there. Oh, it's not there. Maybe I'll stop requesting it. Nope, I'll just come back and request it again.
Sonic Shitlord.
You tell me.
Sonic Shitlord is a term of endearment. I would love it if somebody called me Sonic Shitlord. I think that's what I'm going to go change my Twitter handle to right now.
Or you can make your OC that name.
Ooh,
Yeah.
even better.
Sonic shitlord. So yeah, awesome request, awesome game, and awesome tunes, and I'll edit in a conversation about me shitting all over that other requester after the end of the show. So Johnny, let's move on, man. What do we got coming up?
Game 3.
This is one of the few games in the Dreamcast library to make extensive use of the Dreamcast keyboard controller. All right, who's got some answers? Waiting on John.
Oh, shut up.
Also, my cat definitely just came out of the litter box and smells like it. Ugh.
But why are you bringing that up on stream, man? What are you doing?
Bonus trivia for the night.
We've got the Typing of the Dead and the Typing of the Dead from David and Jesse, which is correct, and John has Phantasy Star Online version 2, which is incorrect. While Phantasy
My
Star
cat
Online,
smells like cat ass.
while Phantasy Star Online supported the keyboard, the Typing of the Dead requires the keyboard in order to play it.
Well, since I've never heard of that game,
So the Typing of the Dead is a modification of the House of the Dead 2. House of the Dead 2 is one of those arcade light gun games where you're just blasting away at zombies. The Typing of the Dead replaces the light gun with a keyboard, and they have an arcade variant of this where it's an arcade cabinet with a keyboard that you type on, and you have to basically as zombies approach you, words appear on screen, and you have to type the word correctly to get rid of the zombie. So it's kind of like an edutainment game. Not that far off from Mario Teaches Typing, but way cooler. So the guys in the game have, in the original game, they're walking around with guns, you know? In this game, they're walking around with Dreamcasts on their back with, like, some batteries and a little keyboard in front of them, like, attached to, like,
beautiful.
some suspenders. And they're running around typing things. And then the various zombie characters have had like a lot of them had weapons like axes, you know, and things like that, and they've all been replaced with like harmless objects like carrots and tennis balls and things like that. It's great.
John is not having it.
I can't even wrap my mind around this idea. Like, what?
I wish you could have played this in the arcade. I would love to walk. Like, if you look at the pictures of the arcade cabinet, it's hilarious because it's an arcade cabinet and there's just like two keyboards sitting there. Like,
I know, that's really funny. Like, why? Why was it? Oh, Jesus.
I didn't even realize this got an arcade release. That's insane.
It'd be so funny if, like, just the words you had to type were just like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, words that you would say if you really saw zombies. Oh shit! Ah,
Zombies. You know, oh, Grandma, you're alive? You know, fucking, why are you eating me?
John Smith, 1882.
I want to say it's like a standard typing like teaching tool. So the words are like ape, pass, like very simple words with all the keys close to each other so you can learn how to type. So you just have these zombies coming at you with just random, completely non-related words above them.
Well, no, so sections of them are themed. Like, you'll have a bunch of zombies where all their words are flowers.
I was literally about to say the picture on Wikipedia. It's a zombie like slashing at the screen, and it just says daffodil, and then there's another one behind it that says snapdragon. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Why? I'm fascinated.
This is. I feel like this is
Steam
peak.
version,
This
too.
is peak Sega. This is 1998 Sega. Like it's so great.
Sure is. Oh, there's the arcade cabinet. Look, it really just does have two like gray keyboards on it. What the hell?
And
well,
apparently there's
awesome.
different endings because I think when you fight the bosses, I think they're asking you questions and you have to type the answer, and there's different endings based on how truthful you are in answering the questions. What? Yes, I'm not. This one I'm a little fuzzy on, but from what I read, like if you answer with a bunch of like nonsense or lies, you get like a ending called the Superman ending, where somebody just kind of flies away like Superman, basically.
Awesome.
Whereas like the ending you get if you answer correctly or truthfully, like one of the characters kills himself or something. It's really weird. I don't really understand the logic.
Questions being asked. I don't get like, what's your favorite color? Green. Bullshit. Superman ending. I'm out of here.
Your dick.
What the hell? Huh. Yeah. Weird.
Yeah,
I'm reading about the endings. The explosion ending. The character defeats the Emperor and then sees Goldman committing suicide by falling off the building. An explosion is seen as Goldman hits the ground. The ending is achieved by typing honest answers to the questions during the boss fight. Okay. The bungee ending, similar to the first, but a bungee cord can be seen attached to Goldman's leg, so he returns where he was and then belches. This ending is achieved by typing a combination of honest and untruthful or strange answers to the questions. And the Superman ending, similar to the first, but as Goldman bids farewell to the narrator, he raises his hands and rises into the sky, achieved by typing untruthful answers. Like, what? I just.
Now I'm trying to remember what game it was, because I feel like there were a couple Dreamcast games that had multiple endings, and some of them were weird. And there was one, it was Silent Hill, the original Silent Hill. There's an optional ending where a bunch of aliens will just beam down and like abduct you at the end of the game, just completely out of nowhere.
Yeah, why not?
One of the other Silent Hill endings involves like a corgi. It's a Shiba Inu, who's been like running the whole thing.
Nice.
And I think there's like a song and stuff.
Huh.
I wish more games would do that, have optional endings and have one ending that's just batshit insane.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I think plenty of games have done that, and I can't name any off the top of my head, but yeah. Actually, maybe I'm just thinking Earthworm Jim. Whatever. It says here also this was released for iOS back in 2012, so if this is still an app, I'm going to find it in the App Store, and I'm going to play this stupid-ass game tonight. Like, I am so thrown for a loop by this game. Like,
so is this your first time hearing
I barely
about
knew
it?
the keyboard thing for the Dreamcast. I knew it was there for like Phantasy Star, but I didn't think that they would make a keyboard peripheral and then use it in such a way. Like, that Sega hubris is just it hurts, man. Like,
I'm glad
they couldn't have thought this was going to succeed.
I'm glad I got to teach you about this game. I'm like, everyone should know about this game. This is an important piece of gaming history.
Is it?
It's good.
Well, that's one of the things that I love about Sega is, especially like in the Dreamcast era, like they would just throw everything against the wall. Like Sega was always ready to experiment and do weird ass shit.
Yeah, listen,
Seaman, for instance.
Oh man, I was really hoping I could find some music for that game, and I didn't. But yeah, Seaman is fucking amazing.
Is a keyboard controller that fundamentally different than having a user need to play with a guitar controller? Like, I argue no. I argue that they were ahead of the game in making games that require specialty controllers.
I would argue that your argument is absurd. They had to retrofit this game with characters wielding keyboards.
Yeah.
Guitar Hero was with a guitar in mind. House of the Dead was made as a zombie killing game. You can't kill a zombie with a keyboard. Therefore, this is absurd.
I mean, you can. It just depends how hard you swing it.
Yeah,
Right,
you have
yeah,
to have,
okay.
you have to have
Also had those fishing peripherals. That the controller was just like a reel, and you could actually spin the thing and to do the fishing stuff.
We'll see how that works out for Nintendo in a couple of weeks here, man. Nintendo Labo's coming with that fishing rod.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Like everybody forgot about the Dreamcast, baby, and then Nintendo's like, well, okay, it won't hurt so bad if we make it out of cardboard. Like, how's our bottom line looking? Good. Release the cardboard. Like, geez. If they can make some cardboard maracas and bring back a Switch Samba de Amigo, we're really in business. But fucking A, man. I'm not upset by this choice. I'm just terribly confused. Like, this is my confusion voice, John. What the hell is this?
It's great. It's my game.
It's late '90s Sega, all right. So, anyway, yeah. Anything else? Anything else to say about the Typing of the Dead? Apparently, that's the full title. Good God.
No, I say let's move on.
I
Game
agree.
4.
Awesome. All right. So, in a lot of reviews from the time and in retrospect, this game is cited for being one of the best games on the Genesis. An 8-bit port was released for the Game Gear, which itself served as the basis for a Master System port released exclusively in Brazil. All right, guys, let's see some answers. Oh man, Johnny's holding his out. We got David. Ooh, wow. We got John with World of Illusion starring Ronaldo. Nope. We got Virtual Fighter from David. Nope. And we got Dynamite Hetty from Johnny, and that is correct. This game, guys. Does anyone here play Dynamite Hetty?
Counting on John on this one.
Played a little.
Yeah,
It is a treasure game. You play Johnny?
briefly. Just that Master System Brazil version. No.
Oh, really? You played that version?
No.
That would be. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Brazil loves their Sega games. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's a fascinating fucking rabbit hole to dive down. The fact that like they've been releasing like new Master Systems in Brazil as recently as like 2005 or something. Like, you know, that country really likes their Sega somehow. Like,
Yeah, they also got a lot of
Apparently it has something to
exclusive.
do with like import tariffs. Like for some reason, Sega products weren't as expensive as like Nintendo or Sony products.
Yeah, I do know Brazil was known for having their consoles last way longer. Like they were making, Master System games for Brazil way late, way after everyone else has stopped. And there were Genesis ports that were exclusive to Brazil. Like I think there's a Genesis version of Duke Nukem 3D that was only released in Brazil, and it was terrible.
hey, but I mean, it was theirs, man. They could,
cool.
let them have their fun. But yeah, it's just it just makes me think of like a weird like country where like they just choose the wrong technology. Like, yeah, all they
We
have
also like Betamax. We got some HD DVDs over there. What else?
8-track tapes.
the Atari Jaguar is big and fucking like chill.
Oh God, no! They're not a third world country.
The 3DO
But yeah,
did
so
very well.
Dynamite Hetty, man, I know the name and I know something ish about it, but go for it, Jesse or John.
It's
what do you
a treasure game. So typically treasure games are pretty awesome. This is a really good platformer. You're this guy, Dynamite Hetty. He's like a puppet or something, and like you throw your head as a weapon, and you can get power ups to turn your head into other stuff, which is like bombs and things like that, which is pretty cool. And you go around at these like stages, like everything is presented like you're on like a big play or something, and then there's like backstage areas and stuff like that, which is really cool. And you're fighting like other puppets, and the art is it's so colorful, like it almost doesn't look like a Genesis game, if that makes sense. It's like Rocket Knight Adventure, how colorful game that game is. Like in the soundtrack, like you can kind of tell it's Sega, but like it doesn't have that like scratchiness that a lot of Sega music has,
right?
It's a cleaner sound.
Actually, I'm looking at it now. It's you know what else was really colorful? Treasureland Adventure, starring Ronald McDonald. Like it's maybe just later on in like 93, 94, they decided to make some really colorful treasure games. It's like
Yeah.
system can make a lot of bright colors. Tight. Let's do this thing. Give me Ronald McDonald. Give me Dynamite Hetty on the phone. We got games for him. It's gonna be good. Who was Dynamite Hetty before this game? Was he a mascot for Dynamite?
I don't think so. I think he was just
He was a mascot for Head
weird
and
character they came up
Shoulders.
with. Head and Shoulders.
The mascot for Given Head.
Oh yeah, and it's dynamite.
Dynamite Hetties.
You're guaranteed to explode.
Ew. We're gross. Yeah, no, he looks like a really cute character, and the game looks colorful and fun. So what's the gimmick of the game? You're throwing your head around or something?
Yeah, it's kind of like it's kind of like Decap Attack, except you don't lose your head.
Right. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, wait, is this Decap Attack? Like that was what I was thinking of in my brain. I'm like, he's not a mummy. What was I thinking of? Oh yeah, that game.
Yeah. But yeah, you get power ups and stuff, and there's a few areas like treasure games where it's like, okay, now instead of doing these platforms, you're gonna do 3 bosses in a row all of a sudden. So then,
Right.
like, you do like 3 bosses, and then you go back to platforming and stuff. It's typical treasure game.
Yeah, I love treasure games, man. They're fun and colorful and weird, and yeah. It's funny, like discovering these, later on in life. It's like, was I wrong back in the day? Was Sega the system to own? Like, I was always a staunch Super Nintendo guy in those days, but some of these games have me kind of faltering from that viewpoint. Like, there was some really weird ass unique stuff on Sega, and I kind of wish I had played it. But geez, maybe I should have moved to Brazil, and I would have really grown up around this. Like, if I had gone to high school in Brazil, I'd be a much different person. I'd have a rich appreciation for the 90s Master System. And, I don't know, I might be a drug dealer or something. I'm not really sure.
What a dark path. I love Sega and selling drugs.
Yeah. So, who knows? I'd probably like soccer and Master System and child gangs. It'd be the shit.
Child gang.
Yeah.
That's
the dynamic before I get us into a feud with Brazil.
Yeah, game 5.
Game 5.
Oh, okay.
Yep, it helps if I have the volume up. There we go.
Oh.
So, oh wait, no, I lost it. Okay, there it is. Trivia for this game. One of the leading U.S. players of this series, S2PID, was actually hired by Sega to create a series of tutorials for the English release of this game.
Okay.
Nobody has answers prepped. Oh, okay, there we go.
The only one that presses your answer into your face. It's not that we don't have them prepped. This has been prepped since.
Jesse does his on occasion. So we have Jesse with a drawing of a penis and a question mark, while John and John both say Puyo Puyo Tetris, which is correct.
Sweet. Man. So,
Has anyone but me played Puyo Puyo Tetris?
has anyone but you? That was a weirdly worded question. I have not played Puyo Puyo Tetris. Johnny, have you played Puyo Puyo Tetris?
I have not.
Jesse, have you played Puyo Puyo Tetris?
What is it on?
It's a Switch game.
Oh, yeah, definitely not then.
Also, PlayStation 4.
Oh, yes. Well, actually, as I was trying to find trivia, I wanted to use this as trivia, but I couldn't find a way to word this. So people weren't sure if this game was actually going to come outside of Japan, because Puyo Puyo isn't super popular outside of Japan. And apparently part of the reason that it got delayed is Ubisoft is a bunch of assholes because they have the rights to Tetris, and like once they acquired the rights, every other version of Tetris, like any online version, got pulled and yanked, so they had the exclusive license. So this game wasn't coming out of Japan, but it came out on the PS4 and the Switch because apparently the Ubisoft Tetris contract was written before those systems were out, so they weren't a part of the contract. So Sega was like, fuck it, we can release it on that. We're going to do it. And I'm glad I did, because this game is really fun. I got it when I first got my Switch because it seemed like the perfect kind of game to have on the Switch, because it's a puzzle game. It works great in handheld mode. You can disconnect the Joy-Cons, play two people on the screen. It works really well. I highly recommend this game for the Switch. This was also my first real exposure to Puyo Puyo. I knew about Puyo Puyo, and I had played Dr. Robotnik's Nice Rice Device, but I never played any of the other, sat down and played with them. Puyo Puyo is fucking nuts.
Yeah. Is it? Has it become nuts? Because it used to used to kind of be pretty straightforward. Like back
No,
in the
because there's
Bean Machine days, it was pretty straightforward, like rotating colorful goos puzzle game.
You really threw me off with that nice rice device, by the way.
Yeah, I was
What?
going to
I
ask
only
you about that as
Half
well.
a point. It's Dr. Eggman's nice rice
that's right,
device.
device. Damn it.
Yeah. Just like it's King DDD's landslide.
But
I
like,
thought that was Fleetwood Mac.
Oh, yeah. Landslide by Fleetwood Mac, the Puyo Puyo game.
like the game is pretty standard, but there's a story mode. Because it's a puzzle game, has a bunch of characters. You can choose your character. They have different like drop rates when you play against them or play as them. Okay,
Yeah.
so like playing through the story mode and becoming introduced to the Puyo Puyo cast, and it's set in like some Japanese anime high school. So like the main character is this anime high school girl. Makes sense. Then you meet her friends. One's like super shy and one's super outgoing. Okay, makes sense. And then in comes the martial arts girl who fights with a fan. Okay, a little weird, but I can get behind it. And then you meet like the doctor who is half human, half bear. Sure. And then in comes the witch guy who makes potions and likes candy. That's kind of abstract. Then you fight the devil. In America, he is Dark Prince, but apparently in Japan, he's literally called Satan.
Yeah.
And he's a recurring character. It's like, what the fuck am I even playing?
Yeah, no, it's fucking dope, man. Yeah, Japan has no qualms about satanic depictions in games. I never played whatever Devil World or whatever it was for the NES, but there was definitely the devil. Not to mention Dragon Ball Z, Hercule in America, aka Mr. Satan in Japan. And yeah, so I didn't know Satan made an appearance in Puyo Puyo. That's got to sit well with parents.
It's very, very strange, but the game itself is pretty fucking cool. Because it's Puyo Puyo and it's Tetris. You can play them separately. You can play them together where they swap back and forth, which is really frantic and fun. You can have one person playing Puyo Puyo, one person playing Tetris. There's a mode that actually combines them. So you can stack up your Tetris blocks and then build your Puyos on top of that. And you can drop Tetris blocks and they kind of like squish down the Puyos.
Awesome. Yeah. So tell us more about the story, man.
Yeah, it's actually kind of cool because
No spoilers.
Yeah.
okay,
Please.
no, that's fair. The whole crux of the game, there's like some explosion and all of these strange blocks are raining down and people are trying to figure out what happens, and then a spaceship lands and all of the Tetris blocks have been personified as these alien people on this spaceship. So you have like Captain T, and then there's the science officer who's the giant eye. There's
Is
an
it like
S,
those-
there's a Z.
Are they like those geometric shapes from Aqua Teen Hunger Force?
No, they're actually like they're people. They're just regular people, but they go by the names of like TIO. And their costumes, like they have the shapes on their costumes and whatnot.
That's boring.
Cop out.
I wanted like blocks that hop around and yell, crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I think.
And
Well,
the-
I
the
believe.
four up piece is like the hero of the game.
I think O is some weird alien thing who is just like a giant robot block. So you do kind of get that, and I has a dog head for some reason.
Great.
Doghead is okay.
They should have crossed over with Box Boy for the one character. Like,
I would love
come
the
on.
hell out of it.
You forgot your box shaped crossover. Yeah.
Oh man, if we could get a Box Boy Tetris game where you're playing as Box Boy on a Tetris field and you have to make the shapes to throw down.
Yeah. That'd be pretty sweet, man. Yeah. Or you got to avoid making the shapes because they'll kill you by making you disappear. Like you're box boy and you got to get through and don't fit into that space or else those lines are going to disappear and you're fucking dead.
Your goal is to be the asshole who doesn't make a straight line. Just make every other shape.
Box boy just loses games of Tetris for people. That's the goal. That should be a thing. That's that's real meta. I like it.
Box boy Tetris. What do? Fuck them up.
Exactly. Stay in the way. But yeah, so you got this when Switch launched. Did you get it physical or digital?
I got the physical copy.
Oh, okay.
That's how
You see,
roll.
this strikes me as one of those ones that would make sense as like a digital one. So like you don't have to swap it all the time. Like if you got like Puyo Puyo on your handheld device, it's like, yeah, I want to play that on the train. Like I want that in there no matter what. Like take a break from this main game, switch over to some Puyo Puyo Tetris. Like it seems like it'd be ready for like a short burst. Yeah,
I really should have thought of that, but when I first got my Switch, I was like, I got my Switch. I'm going to get Splatoon. I'm going to get Puyo Puyo. That looks fun. This is going to be great. Bye-bye. And I didn't really think about switching cartridges.
Right, yeah. Now I need a carrying case, and I have to be that guy. That actually factors into a lot of my like Switch purchasing decisions. Like I didn't really go, digital very much until, like the Switch. And it's like, well, I want that, but I don't want to have to like pop the game out every time. Like if I'm going over somebody's house and I'm bringing the Switch, I want Mario Kart in it all the time. Like it just makes sense. So like you got to be ready for these situations. Like I think it was even you who gave me that idea where it's like, yeah, if you get a 3DS, you have to download Animal Crossing because you want it in your 3DS at all times. It's like that makes sense. Like it's it's that killer app. So Puyo Puyo, not necessarily the Animal Crossing newly for the Switch, but something that you want in there to be able to like just switch to at any time. So shame on you, David, quite frankly, for buying one of those nasty flavored cartridges with Puyo Puyo on it. You foolish man. How could you?
But they look so cute.
Exactly. They're so cute, and there's nothing in the box. It's adorable.
What do you
I
mean
do
flavored?
like there are graphic, not really graphic filters, but there are filters for the blocks and the Puyos, so you can make the Tetris blocks look like gems. You can make them look shiny, metallic, and that kind of thing. And I love that one of the filters for the Tetris blocks is you can make them grayscale like the original Game Boy. And one of the filters for the Puyo blocks is you can turn them into Sonic heads. So it's like Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, I think Shadow, and Amy.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That's awesome. Do the Puyos still just look like they look in Mean Bean by default? Like, are they still just kind of the jiggly things with maybe some eyes? Or
yeah, they're still jiggly balls with eyes.
Nice. So I like my balls.
And there's a stage, and I don't remember exactly what it's called, but it's like a Sega arcade stage where the background makes it look like a Master System like arcade game with this weird castle in the back. And I'm pretty sure there's a Tetris stage that has like the Russian castle.
That Master System stage, they put that in there for the Brazil crowd. They really want the Switch to move down to Brazil. It's like, listen, we love the Master System. Oh yeah, do you? Like, why are you trying to sell our poor nation a new console? Why not just put Puyo Puyo Tetris out on the Master System? What's wrong with you people? Yeah, I'm gonna back away from that one. So yeah, cool game, cool tunes, weird devil inclusion.
Yeah, the cast of the game is fucking insane.
I mean,
But it's a fun game.
That's the beauty of puzzle games. The cast of puzzle games are always fucking insane. I got to bust out my copy of fucking Super Bust-A-Move for the PS2 and remind myself of what weird Japanese, anime cat they had as the mascot for that. Like, oh yeah, none of these characters have anything to do with Bust-A-Move. Tight. Like, but yeah, awesome pick, man. Good times. So, Johnny, we're in uncharted waters here, man. What does the calculated computer do about a 4-way tie?
Let's find out.
Calculating computer activated. Computers, beeps,
Oh, sorry, I was checking up on the chat. What was that?
boops. Scoring complete.
Oh shit! I don't have that loaded, do I?
Oh no!
Oh damn it!
The calculating computer broke.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
No, that's not what I wanted either. I just
What's happening?
What's going on, John? You're playing all your loudest sounds.
I was gonna play a free play jingle and say, how about we just do a free play when we get a 4-way tie? Freeway 4-play.
I mean,
or 4-play
rephrase that. So you have no free play jingle loaded up. You had this great idea and you cannot follow through on it. Is that what I'm hearing?
That's exactly what you're hearing.
Oh boy.
Johnny. You don't want to. I mean,
Do we want to use the 8-minute jingle from the 100 episode?
No.
Always.
God, no. Let me just find the free play jingle on my computer. Hold on. We're running short. We can fucking afford the time to find a free play jingle and load it up. Doot. Johnny, play him some music.
We can use the 8-minute free play jingle.
That too.
There's some nice music playing while we look up a free play jingle.
Do you know what song that is? Because it sounds familiar.
This one? It's
Yeah.
one of the Sonic Forces songs.
No, but what is the song from Sonic
Oh.
Forces?
This is Lost Valley.
Oh, that's why I know it. It's from I want to say Sonic 3D World, but that's not right. Whatever the one on Wii U was.
Oh, Lost World.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Their version of Mario 3D World, but Sonic.
All right, Johnny. You want to get a nice clean read on this?
Yes.
You know, fucking. Let's pretend that the calculating computer just finished playing, and you're going to suggest something radical.
Okay.
So. Okay, well, it's a 4-way tie, calculating computer. What do we got here?
I think in the case of a 4-way tie, we have to have a free play.
My dad is really passed out on the couch and it's snoring right now.
People look to your way to get a quinceañera dress.
Oh my god. We need to do a lot more porno themed trivia.
It's a free play.
Welcome to Game That Tune.
Oh wait, I know what that one.
Yes. You know, that's a great idea, and I think that's a pretty good precedent to set. In the highly unlikely event that we have a 4-way tie, it triggers a free play for the next episode. Damn, we just added to the Game That Tune canon, baby. That's going to happen from now on, and it's going to make scoring all the more important going forward. This game is serious, people. Cool. So, yeah, free play next week. Because you know, we're all nobody's better than anybody apparently at choosing these Sega games. Awesome night, awesome tunes, awesome picks, and what a game! So we're back next week with whatever the fuck we want. And yeah, thanks to everybody that tuned in with us tonight live every Wednesday night. I'm not going to say what Eastern Standard or Daylight Time. It's 9 p.m. Twitch.tv/GameThatTune, YouTube.com/GameThatTune, Facebook.com/GameThatTune. Catch us live. We love doing the show. We love chatting with you guys during the show. Catch us in podcast form the following Wednesday mornings. You know, we put a little extra production on that podcast, so I think it sounds pretty good. Find us at Game That Tune or in iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. And be sure to check out patreon.com/GameThatTune. It's the home for fun exclusives. We've got, you know, just a bunch of mixtapes up there. We've got, you know, new episode ideas that we're working on. We're just about to publish Jesse's new show idea. He's doing, you know, like his special special side project where he talks about video game cover bands. And so we've got coming up our first episode, and he's covering naturally for this group the Neskimos. So we've got some video game cover music coming to patreon.com/GameThatTune. So check it out. Throw us a little bit of money. And special thanks to our Patreon super fan tier producers, Alex Messenger and Lance Revere. You guys are dope, and thank you for everything you do. Thank you again to our requester at Equitim87 for forcing us into Sonic Forces. If you want to make a request like he did, you can hit us up, gamethattune@gmail.com. Find us on Twitter at gamethattune and slide into those DMs. Or you can find us individually on Twitter. Follow me at jgangsta187. Follow John Regan on Twitter at
JPVeganJR.
Follow David Fleming on Twitter at
DFD Fleming.
And follow Jesse Moore on Twitter at
Sega_legend.
Now here's a question for you, Johnny Smart Guy. Who plays the bonus tunes when no one wins?
I think we just have to fight it out amongst ourselves and figure out what we should do.
Now the question is, who uploaded bonus tunes?
I did.
I'm out.
Yeah. All right. No more David. Johnny, you got bonus tunes?
Yeah, I didn't
tonight?
have one loaded.
All right, so it's me versus Jesse. I don't know, man. Jesse, what do you got for bonus?
To say, or you tell us what you have, and John and I vote on it.
Yeah, make your cases, gentlemen.
So one of the games I was thinking about picking, I ultimately did not, was the Sega game called Crew Ball, which is a Motley Crue themed pinball game. So I picked the Motley Crue song Home Sweet Home, except it's done with the Sega Genesis because that song's on the game.
I can't compete with that. I just fell back on my favorite nonsense Sega game, and it's Samba de Janeiro from Samba de Amigo.
Yeah, I'm voting Crew Ball.
Yeah, Crew Ball it is.
All right, everybody, peace out. Wow, that was something blasting into my ears. McDonald's Treasureland Adventure is copyright 1993, McDonald's Corporation and Sega Games Company Limited. Sonic Forces is copyright 2017, Sega Games Company Limited. The Typing of the Dead is copyright 2001, Sega Enterprises Limited. Dynamite Heady is copyright 1994, Sega Games Company Limited. Puyo Puyo Tetris is copyright 2017, Tetris Holding and Sega Games Company Limited.